Hello, friend. I wanted to come on here and talk to you a little bit about some tools that are used with polymer clay. Now, the ones that I have mostly and I use all the time are the roller. Okay, this is a Sculpey roller. It's actually right now has paint on it. Oh my God, it has something else on it too. But anyways, you can use a roller, and this is a tissue blade. Now, this blade is a Sculpey. It's from Sculpey. And this blade is actually the blade that I go to the most. And this roller is actually the roller I go to the most. Now, if you don't have either one of these, I wanted to show you that you could use anything as a roller. This could be a roller to roll your clay on. And if you have, hold on, I think I might have one. Maybe I don't. If you have like a butter knife or, you know, maybe a little sharp knife you could use to cut your clay if you don't have a tissue blade. Okay. To make holes and stuff in your clay, you can use pens. You can take this pen apart and you can use this actually right here, this part, as a hole punch. You can do that. You can do most anything with anything. Now, what people do use the most is a roller and a tissue blade. And the tissue blade is used so you can, let's say that's stuck right there, so you can actually get down underneath the working that you're working on, and you can move it and then it'll lift up easier. I use a tile to work on because the clay sticks to it a lot easier. And when something is stuck, then you can, you know, continue to manipulate it and stuff. This one feels like it might be a little bit dirty still. I didn't do any work this weekend, so I don't know why it would be dirty. I haven't done anything in here actually in a couple of days. So there's that. Today, I thought maybe, jeez. Sometimes you just can't get rid of it all, right? That's okay. I'll work on this side here. That's the cleanest side I have. I thought maybe today we could work on a simple cane, and I could show you, you know, like simple techniques. We're going to use some black clay here. I'm not sure if I want to use this whole thing. I probably do. I'm going to roll it out so it's thinner and it'll go through my pasta machine. That's another thing that you don't have to have, that it's nice to have, is a pasta machine. It's nice for, you know, older people, older hands, when we start to feel the arthritis coming in, or if you have, you know, rheumatoid arthritis or anything like that. A clay conditioning machine is the best. Now, this is probably still too thick to put into my machine, so I'm going to go a little bit thinner. And this is working the clay to where it will get to be warm. When you're first starting out with clay, my suggestion is to take a piece of clay and put it in your hands and warm it up. And just really watch yourself and watch the clay and how you can move it and how it will become something that you want it to become. Now, that piece was just a little too thick, but this is what it looks like when it comes out of the pasta machine. If you do this a few times, you can condition the clay a lot easier than you can when you're rolling. I have my pasta machine on a #1 setting. Sorry if you guys are moving. so that way I can work with it and condition it. I wish I could put my machine somewhere to where it wouldn't shake, you guys. But it's starting to get softer. And the funny thing is my rooster hears me in my room. And now he's yelling. So there's that. That is the black clay. I'm going to condition some white clay. And we'll be back and we'll make a simple cane out of these two colors, okay? Okay, I'm done conditioning the clay and now I'm back. We have a black clay and we have a white clay here. You always want to, you're supposed to work from light to dark, but I get that mixed up. I'm weird that way, but I also wipe down everything that I possibly can after I use a darker color before I use my white. So the first cane that we're going to use, or we're going to do, is going to be a striped cane. I'm going to get as many of these rectangles out as possible. Excuse me for sniffing. I'm sorry that I did that. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate that. But I guess it's just one of those things you can't help sometimes. And I try to get as close as I can to each rectangle that I've used. So that way, you're hopefully not wasting any clay. And then you just work this stuff back together. Okay. And I put it aside. And we will do 8 of these as well. Sorry if you guys can hear my chickens. They've decided they're gonna lay their eggs. It's such a show. The chickens are such a show. It's funny. Okay, so now I want to start with a white piece. Okay, and then we're going to just alternate white and black. And these they were built from, or I put them through my pasta machine on a number 1, which is my biggest setting, as you can see. Okay. So every other one, obviously, black and white, black and white, black and white. And I'm doing this because I really want to have a nice sized cane for stripes. And I might even do this with a color, so I can have 2 different options for, I really want like 2 different options for the center of a flower. But I'm thinking that I'm just going to start with black and white first. Just to get back into working with the clay again and really trying to figure it out again. I've been working with polymer clay for, I think I discovered it was like 8 years. And off and on, okay, as a hobby. And it's very, like, when I stopped doing it for a while, it was only because my hands were killing me. And then once I figured out what was wrong there, it was easy to fix. So this will be easy to make longer. And actually, we might even just do these last 2 pieces here just to show you how to reduce a little bit. Because this actually is perfect size, but it can be a little thinner, which we're going to end up doing. And making sure we get all the air bubbles out. What you could do is just remember, work from the center out, okay? And that will get air bubbles out for you. Now, I try to make sure the cane stays, you know, doesn't get too manipulated like it is right here. See that? So I'm hoping I can make this come out just as much. And you can also take this roller, use your roller a little bit, maybe not that much, and then just kind of roll what you have here. Okay. And just kind of manipulate it and keep on reducing it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a block here, and I'm just going to use this just to make sure it's all pretty even. Okay, this actually makes it pretty even. And then I'm going to turn it, smush it, turn it, smush it, and I just keep on turning and smushing, turning and smushing. And I know smushing isn't a word, but it's a word here today. And then this is the striped cane. You can also keep on reducing it and make it smaller and longer. I might do that with some of this, but I don't really think I'll do it with all of it because I want to make sure that I have one with thick lines. So this is what I'm going to do, actually. I know I'm reducing. I just... there. So this is actually right where I want it. And I'm going to cut it maybe in the middle. I don't know. I'm going to eyeball this part because I never really measure. So if my head's in the way, I am so very sorry, but, and this side's bigger than this side, which is totally okay. And see where the air bubbles are in there? You can see the little pockets. Just smush them down. Okay? I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to probably reduce it smaller not today, because I want to show you another cane that we can do. Like this one here. These are good to use in all kinds of stuff. I want to make some fantasy leaves and flowers, and I just want to do some fancy dancy stuff. That's what I'm going to call it. So these two I'm going to set aside. I'm going to put these two into a long piece of clay, and I will be right back before I do what I want to do with them. I'll show you. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, guys. I'm back, and here we are with our 2 strips of clay. I made sure these were both at a number 4 on my pasta machine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at an angle so we can kind of start rolling it better. I'm going to put these 2 together. I want this one down a bit. Now this is like my dog's begging me to go outside. Oh my God. The only problem with me bringing her outside lately is that she runs off on me. And I hate that. Because we have wild animals around. We have bears and stuff like that. She doesn't need to get tangled up with that stuff, you know? Okay, so then I'm going to take this piece and just kind of cut that black off a bit because we don't need that much, okay? And because we sliced this on an angle, take it and we're going to just start rolling it. And this is going to be called the jelly roll. And me, I just call it swirlies because that's who I am. I rename everything. Why not? I know what I'm talking about. Other people might not. And then this cane, I have not had these kind of canes made in a long time. So I'm hoping that I know I'll have a nice use for them. So at the end here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it back. And I'm going to cut it on an angle. Okay. And then usually I try to take the black off the white, just so I could use it in something else. And then voila, we have another cane, which we can reduce. We need to reduce this as well. Get the air bubbles out. Okay. And this is all, you'd pinch from the middle, just like you did with the other one, and work your way out. Okay? And that's how you reduce a cane. Okay? And then, what I really want to do, I check to see, because sometimes I'm like heavy pinching, and I don't mean to. So I make sure that these ends that start to flare out, I pinch close to. Okay, and then that's as reduced as I think I'm going to do it today. So what I'll do is I'll show you. We cut off the ends. There's 1, and there's 2, and then there's a little twirly twirl. Jelly roll cane. Now what I could do is, what I'm thinking about doing is I could put some gold leaf on this, and then when I use it, it'll be crinkled gold leaf. But this is what I want to use for the center of my flowers that I make. And hopefully tomorrow I can make a cane, a flower cane. It's like a blended Skinner blend cane. That'll be kind of nice. But yeah, I think that's cool. So today you guys have helped me make 2 pretty simple canes, which I have to stock up on my canes that I did have, and I have to learn how to do even more. I love beads and I love making beads, and I just really want to have like an array of beads again. I have a drawer full of some beads that I really didn't like when they were done. And you'll find that. You'll find that you will make something that by the time it's done, you don't really like it. Like these Santa Clauses. I really don't like them. Yeah, that'll happen. But you'll get used to it. You'll get better, and the more you practice, the better you get, right? That's with most anything. The more you practice, the better you get. So today we did a simple, easy cane, 2 simple, easy canes, and we also talked about essential tools. Like I used my roller, and I used my tissue blade, and I even used a block, an acrylic block. So until next time, see you later.